So you played. This is the show where I remember first seeing you, Maurice Minifield, the hit TV series Northern Exposure. This was from 1990 to 1995, which, with the exception of One Tree Hill, is kind of like your longest running role in a series. What
Well, it
was it?
was my longest running role. One Tree Hill, the show lasted longer, but I only lasted for 3 years.
Hmm. What was that experience like on working with on Northern Exposure, like on a project for that extended period of time with the same
It
people?
was wonderful to start with. And then we changed producers after I think we had 4 seasons with the original people, and then producers changed back in California. And for the next 2 seasons, which is the end of it, I think they killed it prematurely. I think they could have run another season or two, but it it became a different kind of a show, and I kept having arguments with them, and I finally ended up. I was the only one that was nominated for an Emmy the last season of the show, and they one of the producers down in Hollywood said, "Well, you can't go." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, you'll be working. You can't go to the Emmys." And I said, "Well, that's going to look good in the tabloids."
Yeah.
He said, "What do you mean?" I said, "It means I've got to publish this too."
Mm.
And he said, "Well, you can go, but we don't have it in our budget to have you a hotel and a limousine and all that stuff." I said, "Okay, fine. I'll come. I'll fly down on Alaska Airlines, stay in the Holiday Inn or something, and I'll provide my own transportation to the Emmy." I said, "Okay." Well, then they caved in right at the last minute, got me a nice hotel room, and got a limousine, bought me a plane ticket. But by this time, I'd already made plans. I'd called a friend of mine who's a wrangler out there. I said, "I need 2 horses that are, one of them needs to be bomb proof, and the other one needs to be pretty gentle. I don't want something bucking with me, but we got to have, we need 2 horses." He said, "Yeah, I've got a couple of flashy looking horses." He said, "What else do you need?" I said, "I need a permit to ride horseback on the streets of Pasadena the night of the Emmys." He said, "What are you going to do?" I said, "I'm going to ride up to the Emmys horseback. Me and my daughter. I want my daughter to have a bomb-proof horse." So we made that arrangement, and then I didn't know how I was going to get rid of the horses. So we put the Wranglers in the limousine.
Nice.
We rode in horseback, my daughter and I, and my horse was a little nervous. So when we hit the red carpet and waited, we were getting off the horses, and the Wranglers were coming up to get them. My horse raised his tail and dropped a little memento on the red carpet.
Nice.
And they ran off with him. And Army Archard says, "Well, you picked an interesting way to come into the Emmys. Is there a story behind that?" And I said, "Well, apparently the producers and Universal and CBS and a bunch of them aren't making enough money selling coffee cups and T-shirts. They couldn't afford to get us a limousine, so I took the cheapest transport I could find."
That's awesome. That has got to be one of the most fantastic
unknown
stories.
stories. Like I would,
Yeah.
man,
You can't find that on the internet anywhere.
not until now.
Yeah.
Hey,
Universal said that they couldn't pick up any expenses for their nominees. I guess they hadn't been making enough money on the calendars and T-shirts and whatnot. So we decided we'd come in on the cheapest transport possible.
TTFT exclusive. We love it. It's like, okay, I'm working on the show. The show I got the award for tells me I can't go for. It's like, no,
Yeah.
I got straight A's, Mom. Great, go back and do some homework. Okay.
I didn't work for Universal or CBS for about 10 years after that,
Wow.
but it's worth it.
So you don't make enemies, but you do learn lessons.
Why don't you subscribe? It'll last longer.